Hey guys, so we're going to review just a little bit of fraction and decimal stuff, and then I'm going to leave you with some practice, and this I promise this video will be much shorter than the one on Tuesday. So this is what you guys were left to do. This Google slide practice was what was on your practice for Tuesday. So I'm just going to go over 4 of the slides. That's it. I'm just going to go over 4 of them pretty quickly, and then I'm going to show you what I want you to do for the rest of today. It won't be super hard, I promise. Promise. Okay. So this is slide number 2. And once again, how many blocks do I have in all? How much makes up my whole block? 100 pieces. So then if I have 100 total pieces, then how many are shaded yellow? Well, I know each strand in this particular block is a 10. So 10, 20, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means I have 27 blocks shaded out of a total that could possibly be shaded of 100, but they're not. So that means my fraction is really showing that I have 27 hundredths. And with that being said, my decimal, remember, it goes ones, and which is your decimal, and then the tenths place, and then the hundredths place. So if I have 27 hundredths, I'm going to have my decimal and then 27 hundredths. So that's what this one would look like. Then let's go to number 3. This one has a different amount as a whole. So instead of having the hundreds block, how many blocks are really showing? How many make up my entire piece, my whole? 10. And how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means what my fraction is showing is I have 7 tenths of a fraction showing in that model. Now on my decimal, remember it goes 1, the decimal and the tenths place, and then the hundredths place. So what place value is that 7 going to be in? The tenths place. So it's going to be and 7 tenths. That's it. Just 2 more, we're halfway there. Okay, so how many are in this whole? Same as the one before, right? So I have 10 equal pieces that make up my whole, and how many are shaded? 3. So that means I have 3 shaded out of my 10 possible wholes. So that means my fraction would be 3 tenths. And to make that into a decimal, which place value is that 3 going to go in? My tenths place. And is that the first place value after the decimal or the second place value after the decimal? The first. So it should be and 3 tenths. Now let's do one more. How many make up my whole in this piece? Because it's not 10 anymore, is it? It's 100. Yeah, it's 100. So that means I have 100 total pieces that could possibly be used. But how many are really shaded? Yellow. 14. So I have 14 yellow pieces shaded out of a total of 100 that make up my whole. So that fraction is 14 hundredths. And what would my decimal look like? If I know that it goes ones, decimal, tenths, and then hundredths, what is this one going to look like? It's going to be and our decimal 14 hundredths. So that's what this one should have looked like. So we've gone through 4 of them. We talked about tenths and hundredths. What I want you guys to do today, this is what I haven't wrote in here really quick, but it's going to say decimal review video. And this is where you'll click for this video. But I want you guys to click on this link, Boom Cards, and it's going to give you the answers. So as you go, like you're going to try them and do the best that you can. But these are boom cards, and some of it's going to be review from previous quarters. But just like this, it's going to be the same thing that we've been doing. And it's going to ask you for the answer, and you'll check it, and you'll keep going. After you do this boom cards, I do want you to do them for practice. Then you're going to click on decimal assessment, and this is what it's going to look like. This is going to be your decimal notation for fractions. You're going to answer all of these questions that are multiple choice, and then make sure that you hit this brown submit button at the bottom. This is going to be your assessment for decimals this week, so everybody has to complete this decimal assessment. That's why it says graded beside it. If you have any questions, let us know.